There's the first bell alongside Bernard Hopkins. I'm Bernardo Osuna. This is our co-main event of the evening. Jason Quigley, his long-anticipated return to the ring after injuring his right hand severely, breaking his right hand, and then suffering a ruptured tendon on the inaugural Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN fight card on March 23rd of 2017. Here he is going against Daniel Rosario, who B-Hop said, I'm not going to leave this in the hands of the judges. He's coming off of a majority decision loss, a split decision loss. He knows everything is against him, and he wants to prove that he has the punching power to come away with the win.
And Daniel is showing no respect to Quigley. He's coming out trying to nail him with that right hand, and you know what? He's fighting the way he was talking. He's coming forward. You know, it's not pretty the way he's doing it. You don't have his feet in line up in front of him. He might get hit and might go down quick because he has to be on balance. Right now, he's not on balance. So even if he do get a punch in, that is Daniel, it will not be effective. So I think he should just now settle down just a little bit. Don't back up, but continue to press Quigley to see if he can answer that.
And that right hand.
And he's answering it.
That was a big question. When you land it to the head, B-Hop, you've done it, and you can feel in your hand whether you're okay or not. And I think that's always a big question mark when you're a fighter.
Quigley, that's what he did. He eventually, I mean, he came right out throwing that right hand like he wanted to test that right hand. You know, in the ring, sparring, with the headgear is one thing, but when you're at a fight, it's another thing, especially after an injury, when you know you still has a little memory in your head.
Nice right to the body from Jason Quigley as back comes Daniel Rosario. And you see a little bit of the ring rust, though, in Jason Quigley early on. That's natural.
First round, and, you know, a little unsurety, but, you know, when you look at it, he's going to, like, either settle down or get into a punch war, which I don't think he should do right away. He should just take his time and just use what he's doing now, the jab. Using the ropes at good times, he can use it.
No punching, no punching.
But his fight is definitely in the center of the ring because I think he has a better balance, the better combinations, and that hard right hand to the body, that hard left hook. He picked those punches together, we could see some funny dancing in those legs.
Definitely. Rosario talked about wanting to finish the fight. He's a little eager in there tonight to exchange, and that may not be what you want to do against a power puncher like Jason Quigley.
Well, if things don't go his way, whether he has the endurance to continue to fight like that, we don't know.
Oh, nice check left hook there from Jason Quigley as Rosario gets loose with that right hand, and Quigley makes him pay.
Rosario's still putting pressure, though. He's still coming.
Oh, nice.
And you know what? He's making this fight. He's making this fight for both guys. Got to at least fight each other to get him off.
And 2016 Fight of the Year protagonist Francisco Bandido Vargas as he takes on Rod Sacco. We'll bring it to you live at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2 and streaming on the ESPN app. Hope you're watching us either on ESPN2 or the app right now. And in the corner, this is the first fight of Dominic Ingle as Jason Quigley's trainer. He said, hey, he's trying to drag you into the firefight. If that's what you want to do, go ahead, but try to use your skills.
And also, if he wants to do that, he must go to the body, Jason, as you got to go to the body. He's head hunting too much. Maybe that's the timing that he's been off, and he's trying to get his timing now. But he needs, left hook is good, but go to the body after that. You either got to start with the body or end with the body. Both ways are good because it will get his timing together, Bernardo, and he'll be able to get in that rhythm. Right now, he's trying to find his rhythm, it seems to me.
Yeah, he said he was in training camp in the Canary Islands with Kell Brook and then with Billy Joe Saunders. So two different styles in terms of what he would be facing in sparring. That was under Dominic Ingle's watch, but he said, I felt like I didn't struggle to make weight for the first time in my career. He said the day before the weigh-in, he was drinking 8 liters of water, something unheard of for a fighter. So he's got the confidence coming into this fight, B-Hop.
Yeah, it was a little break in the middle when the referee warned Quigley of maybe a rabbit punch unintentionally. It seemed like they both was throwing punches. But, you know, when this thing settled down between both guys, because both guys are really trying to establish respect and also, you know, who's going to take the fight over from here. And this is where the fight breaks out. And this is where we see, and the audience at home will see, you know, what guy wants to fight the better, or wants to win this fight. And so this is what I see now, and I see both guys is giving and taking a punch from each other.
You know, this is part of the inactivity, a year and 8 days we were mentioning for Jason Quigley after hand surgery, but also Daniel Rosario's only had 4 fights in the last 3 years. He fought once in 2017, once in 2016, and only twice in 2015, and he's only 3-3 over his last 6 fights, and that was due to promotional issues. So both of these fighters trying to find a rhythm, as you were saying, B-Hop, here in round number 2.
When the smoke settles after this, you know, blow off some steam here from both guys, because both guys got a legitimate reason why they're fighting this way, but it should slow down. It don't have to, but I believe it'll slow down, and that's what we'll see.
Big right hand from Jason Quigley. Down goes Rosario. And it's actually a slip, so we'll have to take a closer look at that.
That was more a punch.
Yes.
I'm right here in front of it. The replay will show later, hopefully. But both guys, they still throwing punches, so to me, it looked like a legitimate knockdown. Whoa, whoa.
Man, so Jason Quigley. Well, let's take a look at that when we return after a break.
Get off. Time.
And he pushed him with the left hand, but the damage was done with a second right hand in that combination. So Jason Quigley was basically robbed of a knockdown. Should have been a 10-8 round. It's a 10-9 round. And in the corner, they were telling Rosario, you got to go get him. If not, he's going to drop you because he's got that big right hand.
But if Jason settles down, which I believe he will, he will see that punch again because that punch is there. It was not a straight right hand. It was sort of like an overhand right there. Right there on the button.
Not a lot of jabs from Quigley. Only landed 3 out of 51. But the power punches are there for him all night, as we see there with the right, left, and right hook combinations downstairs and upstairs.
And he was...
Here are the power punches. Really quick, B-Hop, 44 out of 123 for a 36%. I mean, he's very effective with the power punches, but please, tell us why he's being so effective.
He's being effective because he's starting everything off with his jab, but he's settling down with the right hand to the body. And he don't go one hand to the body or up top. He goes both hands, left and right.
There's another warning from the third man in the ring, Mike Ryan, who warns Rosario of a rabbit punch. Quigley now trying to use that left hand to set up the right. And Rosario doing a good job of keeping his left hand in a defensive position.
He is, but the Quillen, he also is letting him come forward. And that's what I like about the move that he's doing, that he's letting him come in. If you look at Jason, he's squatting down a little bit just to get that left hook in, and then he sweeps that right hand around the rib cage. He's trying to set it up where he can throw that punch and let the uppercut come afterwards. And I want to see if he put it together, because you can see it right there, and it seems like he's just pulling it but letting it go to a right hook instead of an uppercut.
Put your heads in there. Work yourselves out of it. Work yourselves out of it.
There you go. That's what you do as a ref. Work yourselves out of it. Excellent job there from Mike Ryan, the third man in the ring. There was nothing excessive going on. This is the way boxing should be refereed. Manny Robles trained Jason Quigley during the first 13 fights of his career. Now it's Dominic Ingle, and he said the Mexican style of Manny Robles, he taught me how to fight, how to settle down. I used to never knock anybody out. He taught me all that. He says, but I also have 250 amateur fights, and with Dominic Ingle, we worked on my technical skills, my footwork, my ring craft, and I feel that you're going to see all of that. And as he settles down, we're seeing a little bit more of that boxing.
Yeah, man, I mean, smoke down, dust and settle down, rather. And now he wants to go ahead down and show that he can pick this guy, you know, apart. He can throw the right hand, left hand, but he's still also at the fight because he's being pressured. And let me tell you, he's not being pressured without having punches coming at him, and that's key. How do he answer that? We're going to see.
Ireland, and you know, she's sweating it out watching her man in there, but she's also helping him to become an online star.
Perfect combination.
Right?
All right, break.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Bernard Hopkins, round 4 of an 8-round scheduled co-main event here in Quincy, Massachusetts. You see the double jab of Quigley, and then he follows up with a right hand. Rosario doesn't want to stay behind, but the right hand's being effective up top and down to the body.
And you know what? He's showing experience when you do things like that at that age, because it's not just one. Look at that body shot. It was a straight right hand to the body. And let me tell you, it might not look like anything to anybody who's watching it than a right hand over the top, but as rounds go on, it takes the gas out of the gas tank. It will slow you up, and that's what's happening. It will happen, but I think it will start happening now, but it will really affect later.
Quigley said, I got a lot of heat online, especially after my last performance, but people didn't realize, just like Glenn Tapia didn't realize, my right hand was broken. And Dominic Ingle said, I admire the poker face of Jason Quigley because nobody knew that it was broken, including myself as I was broadcasting with Teddy Atlas. And in the end, he proved that he's got courage. He threw 82 punches per round that night, despite the injury happening in the second round. So he said, tonight, I'm going to prove just how good I am.
Good body shots just now by Quigley. I would like to see him loop the right hand over like a hook right hand and not hit on top of the head.
Take a look at those power punch numbers. 52 thrown by Quigley, landed 21. That's just 3 less than Rosario threw the entire round.
Rosario, you know, he's throwing rounds. He's throwing punches like, you know, like every now and then, but if he let those punches go, then he would have a little bit more effective to the punches. But right now, he's just trying to throw one shot, just throw a little shot on a break. Referee's warning him right now. But this might get a little dirty based on frustration, but Quigley must continue to do what he's doing, being smart, like he is now, and throw right hands. But he got to throw those combinations short, and he got to throw them quick.
Throwing from the outside, using his length, as Jason Quigley is able to pick his spots. Now he goes to the body with a right and then the left, and Rosario with a counter right. Just barely clips Quigley, but nonetheless, he wants to let him know, don't get too cute in here.
Yeah, Jason has to be alert all the time because, you know what, your hand's down and you're moving backwards, you can get hit with a punch real quick.
Halfway through this fight here on Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. On ESPN2, as we will have boxing from Japan. Ryota Murata taking on Emmanuel Blandamura. He'll be putting his WBA middleweight world title on the line. So don't miss the Japanese superstar on ESPN2. All right, we're back here in Quincy, Massachusetts, inside the Marina Bay Sportsplex, alongside Bernard Hopkins. I'm Bernardo Osuna. The return of Jason Quigley, long anticipated. He had to wait a year and 8 days, but here he is. So far, what do you think of his performance, B-Hop?
First, it was a good fight for him to come back off a year because he's not in with anybody that he can just punch on. Right now, I think that he's doing what we expected. I mean, he's getting good oppositions. He's working on the ropes, he's working in the ring, and he's getting hit every now and then. But this is a fight that will let him know that he's back and let everybody else know that he's back. This wasn't a walk in the park.
Nice body shot with the right hand there from Jason Quigley. And no doubt that Evangelista Cotto sent Daniel Rosario out to look for the knockout. I imagine he would say the first 4 rounds have been one-sided in favor of Quigley. You need to change the flow of this fight. Here's a little bit of wrestling here.
We're not in a wrestle match.
I like this referee. I like how he works, B-Hop.
He's doing his job, but also the fighters inside are doing their job. And you know, when you got that rough and tough type of opponent coming in there, you have to be aware. And you know what? Jason has to be aware, and he has to keep fighting and throwing punches and moving to the side, not going straight back to the ropes. Good combination right there, 3-4 punch combination, end it with a right hand. Right now, I like to see Jason right now just stay a little bit outside in the middle of the ring and let his speed and his ring generalship take over this fight, because he can make it a little easier than what he's making now. Part of that, A, could be rust. B, could it be a little exhausted, a little tired, a little pressure that he's getting.
You know, Jess Rosales, who's with us here as our ESPN Deportes ringside reporter, told us that in the corner, first a push, and now we got a bloody nose from Jason Quigley.
All right, let's go.
It was bloody before, but he got clipped to the back of the head once his glove touched the canvas. But I was mentioning Evangelista Cotto saying that Rosario is confused. They're trying to get a reaction from him, but he's fighting all wrong. And he just quoted as saying, "You never know what these guys are thinking in the ring." So pretty strong words from Evangelista Cotto in the blue corner of Daniel Rosario. Round 5 coming to an end here with Quigley looking a little winded in an 8-round fight. Rosario, fortunately it didn't become anything too serious, but nonetheless it's something you don't want to see in the ring, especially if you're the girlfriend.
Yeah, and plus there was probably not, it wasn't no purpose because he was, moving away from the punch, or at least ducking away from the punch in the corner in the back of the head. But nevertheless, it wasn't a knockdown.
Jason Quigley catching his second win here in the 6th round of a scheduled 8-rounder. Once again, working that right hand to the body, doubles up on it, and then the left hook to the chin. I mean, he's setting up Rosario, who's showing pretty good physical resistance so far.
Yeah, but both guys are really exhausted from throwing punches only in the last 4 or 5 rounds. And you know what? I like to see Jason turn that right uppercut into an uppercut, that right hook to the body, to an uppercut right off that punch, because he's there. And when you look at the mauling between both guys are really vulnerable for a punch like that.
Yeah, you see Rosario leaning in, and that's why you want that right hand to turn into an uppercut, B-Hop. And now you see that nice left hook to the liver. Rosario takes it well. That's part of the Manny Robles school, that left hook, Mexican style, you would say. And nice double left hook combination from Quigley. Ooh, and there it is! The left hook to the body.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You okay? Right? You sure? You go? Walk towards me. Walk towards me. Okay.
Showing hard to continue as Rosario, but here comes Jason Quigley. He knows he did it once, and he can do it again. He goes to the body with the right hand. He goes with the left hook to the liver, and he's just trying to deliver those shots low. If it works, B-Hop, stay with it.
You got to go back to the body, and I'm seeing Jason go back to that body, because this is where you calm down, even though you're going a lot of energy right now, but you must continue to throw punches. Go back to what you got it started. Body shot.
Oh, man, you just see the elbows of Rosario trying to defend that body at all costs, and then trying to tie off Jason Quigley. And there it is. Once again, the body shots from Jason Quigley. Leaves himself open, and here comes the counter from Rosario. No man is more dangerous than when he's hurt, and Rosario is hurt.
And both men are tired, so that makes both of them dangerous. But he just got put at the end because both guys' hands are down and they're tired, and so both.
Oh, left hook once again, and down goes Rosario. I've seen this before, Bernard. He's not getting up.
No, he's not getting